Alright, good afternoon, folks. How's everybody? Good?
Yeah.
Would you calm down? I'll feed you in just a minute. Lay down. Alright. Somebody's hungry. Something about kids that size just get him real excited. I don't know what it is. His name is BA, stands for Bad Alligator. He's highly trained. Watch this. BA, stay. He also knows sit and lay down. Alright, well, folks, welcome to Alligator Alley this nice cool afternoon. My name's Wes. I'll be feeding alligators. Got my buddy Mr. Hale over here doing some filming today for our YouTube channel, so who knows, if you're in the witness protection program, you may want to leave now. No. So far, so good. But I'm going to ring the dinner bell, see what we can get cracking. I've got some bigger guys in the water, but maybe we can get them up here, smash a few things for us. So BA, I haven't seen him in a few months, so I know he'll probably be bringing the heat here in just a minute, so I'll be going back and forth. But I've got pretty good peripheral vision, but if an alligator sneaks up on me and you think I don't see it, a simple, "Hey Wes, there's an alligator behind you," will suffice. Here we go. Let's ring. Oh, there's Chili Dog out there too. What's up, Chili? Here we go. Very high-tech way to call an alligator. Which, banging on the cooler, folks, there is here, fetch. There is significance to that. Alligators are big association animals, so they are very good to associate sound. They associate time, and more importantly, they, like I said, they associate sound. So they know what happens when the sound of my voice fires this loudspeaker up. They know specifically when I start banging on that cooler that all bets are off. Their brain is about the size of the tip of your thumb. Their stomach is as big as a 55-gallon barrel. So you can kind of guess what they think about most of the time. All right, BA, you ready? Now, don't worry, in just a minute I'm going to stick my head in his mouth for pictures. Get ready. I'm just kidding. Stupid is as stupid does, right? On this side of the fence there are over 200 alligators, around 213 like BA here. They're all wild nuisance alligators, so they're here for specific reasons. BA was hanging around a public swimming area. For some reason people didn't want to get in the water with him. I don't know why. He's a pretty old alligator, doesn't really have any teeth, so if he bites you, it's just a real uncomfortable gummy. But an alligator his size, if BA wanted to, he could grab me, drag me into the water kicking and screaming, and it wouldn't be a whole lot I could do about it. Hopefully he won't. But that little popping sound you heard a second ago, if we equated that into sort of a real number, an alligator BA's size, which BA's in that upper 11 range, he's like 11, 10, something like that. I don't think he's quite 12, but he's close. He's going to bite, probably 2,400 pounds of force, could be a little bit more. If you could imagine, something weighing 2,400 pounds, or let's say the front end of a car being parked on top of you, that's what it would feel like to have a big guy like BA bite you. Now, there's a reason alligators have such a tremendous bite. You'll notice BA's teeth are not sharp. An alligator's teeth are not designed to cut. They're not designed to tear. They're not designed to chew. They're strictly designed. Where are you going? He's like, that's it. They're designed for one purpose, and that is to grab and hold. So they need that tremendous bite to be able, when they catch an animal, they need to be able to fracture bones. They need to be able to incapacitate that animal almost instantly. Where are you going, BA? Fetch. He's like, I'm going to go back in the water. It's hot. He's been up here for the past couple hours. All he wanted was a couple pork chops and he's good to go. So again, that bite force is designed to make sure that animal does not get away. And when you think about it, a vast majority of what they eat are turtles. We're talking about over 80% in some situations. So they need to be able to crack those turtle shells and then swallow them in their entirety. And inside of their stomach, they produce enough hydrochloric acid where they can digest anything, bones, feathers, and teeth. So nothing on an animal's carcass will go to waste. Fetch, BA. Oh, somebody grab that pork chop. We'll throw it again. He's like, I'm going to swallow my leg right now. You would think an alligator without any teeth, that if he were to bite you, that it would not would not hurt. Well, the interesting thing is, even though he doesn't have any teeth, his bite is not diminished in any capacity. He just has some gripping issues, so to speak. But that does not stop him from crushing anything. This is my second largest three-legged alligator. His name, we call him the Devil because he always tries to eat me. Now the Devil, open it wide, Devil. He was a four-legged alligator when he came to Alligator Alley back in '04. He violated the ultimate rule in the alligator world, and that is if the big guy tells you to do something, it is in your best interest to do so. He did not. At that time, Mighty Max, who was my second largest alligator, just took that right front leg, ripped it off, and ate it right in front of him. Sounds terrible, right? But if you're an alligator, that is not a big deal. First of all, having four legs, losing one, three, still one more than I've got, so it's not too bad. Secondly, their blood clots extremely fast, so they're not going to bleed to death from losing an appendage. And thirdly, they have an immune system which contains an antibody called crocosylin, which is highly toxic when it comes in contact with anything foreign. So these animals don't deal with infections. They don't bleed to death from an injury like that. So losing a leg to them is, like I say, it's a minor inconvenience, so to speak. I've seen them lose a leg in the afternoon, like my man Rambo right here, and then they show up the next day ready to eat, because unfortunately, if you do not get back on that food chain, then you are the food chain, and that is not a place you want to be if you're an alligator. I give that water entry a 7.5. Now, on land, our alligators, you know, they're capable of running pretty quick. Sure. Now, are they going to outrun a horse? Are they going to chase something down? Not really. I mean, they can run, 13, 14 miles per hour, which I'm not that fast, but I'm faster than who's on the other side of the fence with me, so life's good. But they're not going to chase you. They're going to use that speed strictly to get away from you, because right here is where they make a living. Like I say, aquatic ambush. So they use that very powerful tail where they can get about half their body length out of the water. Again, once those powerful jaws engage, and then they just use that weight in that frame to drag said creature back into the water. And when we talk about how long an alligator can hold that bite, you're talking about 20 minutes. How long can they hold their breath? We're talking about 30 minutes. So all they have to do is catch that animal. Once those jaws are engaged, they're going to take you for a swim, and most animals do not come back from that. Now I've got a couple big guys at the corner over here. I actually have a top 10 fellow. We got Buddy over here. Buddy is basically BA plus about 1.5 foot and a whole lot of weight. Come on, Buddy, let's get a big guy up here. Let's say now, Buddy is a tank. Buddy, like I say, he makes it in the top 10 out here because he is over 13 feet. And you're looking at a guy that probably weighs in the neighborhood of 900 pounds or so. See if we can get Buddy up here a little bit. The way it works out here is one alligator does not try to dominate the entire swamp. You can't do that. If you try to dominate the entire swamp, what will happen? You will just get beat to pieces. So what they do, they pick an area and say, what's up on them? They pick an area that is, what we call a manageable size, and then he will control everything in that area. So Buddy, his territory is directly across from the bleachers. Now, can Buddy go to another alligator's territory? Sure. However, there are 9 guys out here bigger than Buddy, so even the big guy at this end of the swamp has to adhere to somebody. Now, we'll see if we can get Buddy to walk right on here front and center. See if we can get him to break something for us.
Hi, Buddy.
I got Buddy a nice juicy leg in here. He's a legs man, he can't help it. If you're curious what this leg came from, folks, come on, Buddy, you ready? We feed wild feral pigs, which are a very bad problem for us in South Alabama. They are a very big nuisance. They do about $90 to $100 million a year in agricultural damage, so farmers have got to get rid of these animals. They bring them to us, we feed them to alligators, so kind of like pork recycling. But in animal Buddy's size, he could eat about 1/5 of his body weight. So Buddy could eat 160, 180 pounds of meat at one sitting. Now, that would be something like a pig, a deer, maybe 2 or 3 third graders thrown in there. But if he ate that much, you can imagine he would be a little bit lethargic. I mean, that's a whole lot of food to eat at one sitting. But he wouldn't have to eat again for the rest of the year unless he absolutely wanted to. So, all right, buddy, you gonna walk front and center? See if we can get him. Like I said, he could run and chase me down if he wanted to. Hopefully he won't. Come on. And Buddy is not a terribly old alligator. They can live about 50 years in the wild. Now, in captivity, they can live much longer. We're talking another 50%. And the reason for that is resource competition. In the wild, food is limited. More importantly, you only have so many girls to hang out with. So a guy like Buddy is going to fight to keep and hoard those limited resources. Once he's here, he can eat as often as he wants. He's got all the girls he could ever want to hang out with, so he gets to lay around, he gets fat, and he gets old. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm doing a pretty good job. All right. Let's see if we can get Buddy a little bit closer. I mean, you never know by looking at him, but he loves kids. As long as they're under 40 pounds. Fetch. Now, I'll see if I have any. I do not have a single female on the bank this afternoon. Now, ladies, you are typically not very well represented this time of year. Most of our females, come on, buddy, are currently tending to a nest, which a good nest is directly across from the bleachers, folks. You'll see that clearing right there. You'll see that big mound in the back. That was one of our very first alligator nests that actually popped up 2 weeks ago today, as a matter of fact. It's going to take anywhere from 65 to pushing 90 days for those babies to hatch. The female, excuse me, it's her nest. You'll actually see her. She's in the shade right over there. Her name is Charlotte. She's one of our three-legged alligators. She's not going to leave that spot until those babies hatch, because if she leaves, something could come along, tamper with those eggs, or destroy that nest. And if something does destroy that nest, she will not nest again this year. It is one and done. So that's her job. A big guy like Buddy, his job is to eat as many babies as he possibly can, which sounds terrible, but where are you going? He's like, I'm out. But that's what those larger males do. They know one day, good boy, Buddy, those kids are going to grow up. They're going to compete with the adults for resources. So these big males just say, you know what, let's just go ahead and take care of it right now. I've got another one of the heavy hitters at this end of the swamp, my man, old Prince Eric. See if we can get Prince Eric up here. Prince Eric is a little bit longer than Buddy, but doesn't quite weigh as much. He's more of a kind of a lean and slender fella, and he's missing a few more teeth, which an alligator's teeth are designed to break and shear. So even though he doesn't have as many teeth, again, that does not mean his bite is diminished in any capacity, and those teeth will regenerate until he gets to a certain point in his life where it just says, you know what, you're not going to get any more teeth. Good luck. Come on, Prince Eric. Arnold, you're going to get in trouble, man. Open up line. Open up. Good boy. All right, Arnold. We'll give you a nice juicy chicken leg. Good boy. Oh, and see, here's the devil coming back over here. Those 3 legs. He still hasn't learned his lesson. That's why we call him a slow learner. All right. I got a few more juicy pieces in here. If you're having a 4th of July barbecue, folks, I can hook you up with a deal. Somebody left their foot. Fetch. Good boy. There's my man Jaws. Jaws is another one of our 3-legged guys. Like I said, that happens not all the time. I mean, this year we've only lost 1 leg, so considering there's well over 800 legs out here, I'll say losing 1 is not too bad. See, he's got a little attitude too. Oh, what's up, Freddie? All right, good boy. There you go, Hank. Fetch. All right, well, cool. That was a good alligator feeding. I didn't lose an arm or a leg. Life was good. Got to break a few things. Big guys are showing up. You know, here for the past 4 weeks, these big guys, they've been concentrating on hanging out with the ladies instead of hanging out with me. So now that the females are all nesting, these big guys are showing up. So we're getting ready to break a few things, which is fun. All right. Now, when I run out of pig parts, folks, I'll get ready to run out of here. If you haven't been to the swamp, you want to hit that sidewalk, head all the way down that way. The further you go, the bigger they get. I'll be headed down that way shortly. If you have somebody you would like to get rid of, we'll do it down there. It's just easier. On the way back out of the swamp, folks, Miss Sherry's that little young lady over there. She's got an alligator out. She's hanging out in the shade. So if you'd like to hold an alligator, that's where you'll do that. But like I say, hit that sidewalk, head that way. I'll be right behind you. If you're heading out, safe travels. Everybody have a happy 4th weekend. Thank y'all very much. God bless. Woo! Thank you. I'll be here all week.